So, David, what happens next?
What happens is we need to have it codified, and Congress needs to get involved. A lot of times, as you know, when laws are passed, you get into the regulatory period where they make the regulations and they work to get this process in place. The process has failed. Workfare worked in its general principle. This Republican plan and the Republican takeover in '94 started a process that Democrats began to push and roll back. And giving benefits to people, we should be means testing our immigrants. If you want to come to this country, you should be able to provide basically a benefit. You should have a job, a skill. We can't just import poverty, and the problem is by creating welfare programs that can be used by people who come to this country, we're importing poverty on the economic scale.
So you know the pushback with that. And Republicans wear this a lot, Megan. You know it's true. It's, well, does that make you seem heartless when you say you don't want to import people who have nothing?
I've got the perfect answer. What happens economically when America becomes the place that is no longer capable of welcoming those people to this country because we are economically unsound? We're $20 trillion in debt. We have an issue taking care of our own problems and our own people, and we are supposed to import poverty and people who will bring us down economically.
$20 trillion and rising.
$20 trillion and rising, yeah.
So before we address how Democrats are responding to this, I'll ask you, is this playing well with Trump's base? I mean, is this seen as him following through on his campaign promises?
The whole point of it.
The whole point.
I'm sorry, but like this is red meat rhetoric for his base. He won on immigration and jobs. Whether or not this is the #1 issue he's talking about, this is completely tribal. His base loves it, loves nothing more. I haven't seen any legislation put up to amend the legislation that's already in place. Let's not pretend he's not campaigning right now. He did a big rally last night, and I just think this is completely red meat politics for his base.
But it's not only for the base, because I'll tell you what, as someone
But nothing rabble-rouses the base like talking about immigration
right.
and jobs.
I'm talking about the voters. When you go to Romeo, Michigan, when you go to the assembly plants in Chicago for UAW, and I do, and you talk to these workers, you've got 250,000 people in UAW Ford alone. You look at them. They don't want their jobs in their communities brought down economically. They're talking about kitchen table economics, and when someone takes a benefit that they work to pay taxes for, that offends them, and that's not a right or left issue. That's a kitchen table issue.